In this video, I'm going to show a couple examples of how to write trig ratios for part 1 of the trigonometry mixed review packet. I will start by doing example 1, and I will also do number 4, and I will save the rest for you to do on your own. So let's read what the directions say before we get started. It says, for numbers 1 through 5, find the sine, cosine, and tangent of the acute angles in the right triangle. Write each answer as a fraction and as a decimal rounded to 4 places. So this is important that we know how many decimals we're rounding our answers to. So let's start with number 1. They want us to find the sine of angle D. So looking at the right triangle for number 1, angle D is right here. And they want us to find the sine of angle D. So before we start finding all of these 3 trig functions, I'm going to write the acronym that will help us remember how to find and write these 3 trig ratios, SOHCAHTOA. Remember, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Okay, so for sine of angle D, we're going to find the opposite over the hypotenuse. So the side that is opposite of angle D is the side directly across from angle D, which is 12, divided by the hypotenuse. Remember, the hypotenuse is always the longest side in a right triangle, and it is always also directly across from the 90-degree angle. So the hypotenuse in this triangle is 15. So sine of angle D, written as a fraction, is 12 divided by 15. What you should do at this point is we should go to our calculator, and we should see if 12 over 15 reduces. So I have the special function on my calculator. If you don't have this, you might need to reduce this by hand. Hopefully you would be able to reduce 12 over 15 by hand. If not, maybe borrow this calculator from someone that you know. But as I convert 12 over 15, we see that reduces to 4/5. So it's always a good habit to reduce your final answer. And 4/5 as a decimal is 0.8. Now I know the directions said to round your decimal to 4 places. Technically nothing comes after the 8, but if you want to write 3 zeros, that is also fine. And let's find now the cosine of angle D. So we're still going to stick with angle D here. But now instead of finding the sine of angle D, we're going to find the cosine of angle D. So remember, for cosine, we're going to find the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So the side that is adjacent to angle D, the length of that side is 9. And the hypotenuse, again, of this triangle is 15. Now 9 over 15, that does and should reduce. So 9 over 15 as a fraction reduces to 3/5. And as a decimal, 3 divided by 5, or you could have typed 9 divided by 15. It's the same thing. As a decimal is 0.6. And again, nothing comes after the 6, so we could just put 3 zeros if you would like. So that's how you find the sine and the cosine ratios. I will save finding the sine of angle E, the cosine of angle E, as well as number 2 and 3 for you to do on your own. I would like to now skip down to number 4 here, talking about finding the tangent ratios. So with tangent, remember that's the TOA part of our acronym. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. So we are asked to find the tangent of angle R. Angle R is right up here. I'm going to highlight that in green. So the side that is opposite angle R is, the side length is 45, and we're going to divide that by the side length that is adjacent to angle R, which is 28. So let's go to our calculator. 45 divided by 28, written as a fraction, is 45 over 28. Okay, this means that 45 divided by 28 does not reduce. So 45 over 28 is the most simplified ratio. Now we need to find what is 45 divided by 28 as a decimal. And we get this long decimal. Remember, we're cutting it to 4 places. So the decimal version would be 1.6071. So 1.6071. So the tangent of angle R written as a fraction is 45 divided by 28, and the tangent of angle R written as a decimal is 1.6071. And tangent of angle S now is in this corner. So again, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So the side that is opposite angle S is 28 divided by the length of the side that is adjacent to angle S, which is 45. Now, if 45 divided by 28 did not reduce, then 28 divided by 45 is also not going to reduce. And let's just check, just to be sure. Okay, so 28 divided by 45 does not reduce. But let's find out what 28 divided by 45 as a decimal is, and that is 0.62 repeating. So as a decimal, the tangent of angle S is 0.62, and I'll put the repeating symbol above the 2. So this was part 1, writing trig ratios, both as a fraction and as a decimal.